Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again for a beautiful show. Heart's a little heavy. Heart's a little heavy this show, and we'll explain why in a minute. But we're going to keep it positive for now. This episode is brought to you by SPADE. SPADE zero sugar, 0 calories, all natural, 6 flavors: cola, yuzu lime, guava, blueberry acai, kiwi strawberry, Dr. Spade. Only 6 ingredients, including water, sweetened with the most premium form of stevia on the market. No bitter aftertaste, caffeine-free, dye-free, add electrolytes for hydration benefit, just as healthy as a sparkling water and just as flavorful as a traditional soda. And now they're in Sprouts, which is cool. I've finally gotten Sprouts. I was hoping they'd get in Sprouts because they really are way better than Zevias. Zevias are a little bit intense. These are really good Spades. So check out the link in bio for a little discount if you'd like to try it. Also, episodes brought to you by PrizePicks. So simple. Go to the App Store, download the PrizePicks app. You pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC for the chance to win 100 times your money. Available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Place a $5 lineup to get $50 instantly. No strings attached. So place a $5 lineup for new users. Use code Timbo when you sign up. They'll give you that option. An instant $50 for all new users. Pick more or less on all your stuff. It's a real fun way to watch sports, and if you think you know sports, then do it. All right, we're here, and we'll talk about why the heart's heavy. 2 days ago, I have 2 barn kittens. I bought 2 barn kittens that are 2 orange kittens. They lived in the barn together. They're supposed to keep a hold of the mice and stuff, keep them out of there. And I don't have a garage right now, so I parked my car right in front of my house. And those kitty was underneath the car, and I was in a rush to the gym. I just go out straight out my door, get in my car, and just buzz off, and ended up crunching one of the kitties. And I didn't hear it. I didn't even know what happened until Mariah called me, and I'm teaching, and she's just like freaking out, like, you killed Teddy. And I'm just like, oh, my heart just fucking sank. And I just left class right away, went home. Thank God her mom was there to like clean up Teddy and put him in the get rid of him. And Elena was on her way over. Sean's daughter was on her way over, so we like didn't really want her to see it. But the other brother, he was like very sad. But now he's an indoor kitty, and now he's back. He's playing around with strings. He was crawling around our bed. Now he's eating with the other kitty. They're wrestling around, so I don't think he's too crushed. But fucking awful. I was chat GPT, and I'm like, how can this never fucking happen again? And they have like cat repellents, things you can put in the ground in that area that repel the cats. I don't know if it's a sound it makes. There's a whole list on ChatGPT. You can put coffee grounds. You can do these like sprays so the cats don't get under there. But yeah, I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
How did she know?
That is just heavy on the heart. She just came home, and I don't know if she saw it, but the other kitty jumped right in her truck. So she thought that was weird. The other kitty was really scared. And then she ended up seeing it, and I was like, oh, God, bro. Gutted.
That's terrible, man. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
But
yeah, sorry, Kim.
I'm just like, I can't imagine, like on Plathville, the show I watched, the lady ran over her 2-year-old kid.
I know.
Like,
That's
I don't,
horrible.
With her, I understood. I'm like, she had 10 other kids to raise or whatever, but I'm like, I don't know how you live after that. How can you go through life? You have 10 more kids, so it's like, obviously you need to stay alive for them, but I'm like, it makes me so fearful of having a child.
Dude, it's terrifying. Yeah, I lost my first son, and it's you don't ever get over it. You just learn to live with it.
And how did you lose your first son?
SIDS.
SIDS is a something where you
sudden infant death syndrome. It's just there's no cause or anything from it.
How did you? I mean, I'm sure you still haven't recovered, but how did you even like get through life at that? Because how old was him?
He was just 2 months old. It was
2 months.
It was just having another kid, man. There's only way and put some time in between it, and just nothing but time helps. And then you learn to live with it. You never get over it. You never do. I mean, we celebrate his birthday every year, and it's terrible. You just learn to get over it.
I think in life, that's probably the number one worst thing in the world is your child dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to think of something that would be worse.
I don't I don't think they're. I mean, your significant other. I mean, I don't know if that's worse. I mean, I think you're losing your kid is the worst for sure. The worst.
Is the worst.
Yeah, and for men, it's because women fall in love with their kid upon conception when they carry it. For men, it's when you see your child, But it's yeah, I don't. I mean, I think that if my son was even older, I think it'd been harder and harder. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine something being harder than that. But it's you just learn to live with that shit. Sucks, but yeah, learn to live with it.
Fuck, dude.
What are you gonna do to try to make sure it doesn't happen again?
I'm gonna buy one of those cat repellent things.
Does it work?
The cat repellent things. I don't know. ChatGPT says it does.
Just get a little squirt bottle, and anytime they go up under there, just hit them with the squirt bottle.
Just blast them. And there's another way you can do it. Automatic sprinklers. I was seeing you can put an automatic sprinkler, so anytime that cat goes around there, it just turns on and fucking sprays them.
It's just talking about the wheel, covering the wheel so they don't get in there again. Is that what you're worried about?
Or just sleeping under the car, and just like you got 10 things on your mind. You
should
get in your car and leave like
you should
normal.
get a car cover. It'll cover the whole thing.
There's so many things that come with having an outside animal, dude.
Yeah, no,
So
for sure.
Dude, the cow just ripped Lisa's mom's cat to pieces.
Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah, just actually, it was Sunday, but yeah, just fucking destroyed it.
I'm not one for if you got a cat or a dog. I'm not one for it to be an outside animal.
Bro, you don't understand though. Those things, I can't even imagine not letting my cats outside.
I mean, letting them out. My sister has cats, and she takes them out in the backyard. She takes them to parks. Like they listen, they stay around her.
If they're female cats, don't let them outside. They're all fucking whores. They get litter after litter.
Just start fucking.
They do.
I had a friend of mine. He had a cat till 21, and it was an outside cat, but it came home with battle wounds sometimes.
Fucking warrior.
Yeah. Oh, it was Socks.
Feral cat.
Socks. Yeah, Socks was the best.
I don't think it would have happened if I had a garage. If I had a garage,
no,
I'd fucking drive out of my garage.
Can't do the what ifs, man.
I know you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
No,
but honestly,
sure.
I think a car cover, because those come down, they cover the wheels. They would go low with that. I don't think they'd be able to get inside.
Yeah.
You never know.
Schmitty was saying that he thinks we would have got on him and made fun of him for if he would have ran over the cat.
No.
I disagree.
They would have came out with, "Oh man, Schmidt, I can't believe that," and then, "Oh yeah, I believe that Schmidt would have been because." I got ridiculed for giving my dog up because I knew I couldn't afford it, and now it has a great life with one of my best friends, and he takes great care of it. I mean, I made a mistake.
That was a choice, though.
I know, but it was also a mistake, and I learned. You know what I mean? That people do. You make mistakes in life.
Yeah.
And if I was to go on the Timbo Sugar Show and say I was in a hurry and ran over my dog, I 100 cold-heartedly believe they would have fucked with
Tim or Tim and Sean.
Oh,
I don't see that.
Maybe Tim would have been the voice of reason first, and then Sean would have said something, then Tim was, and then and then in time, as they go, one out here, one out there.
I don't think
one out there.
We'll save that for the
podcast here. We'll bring it up here again, and
that's too like. That's an accident compared to a choice. The reason you got shit about the dog is because you shook on me. You promised you were so excited about it, but then you realized it was too much. I mean, and then it went to a loving home that it loves. So
brother, it
worked out good.
Yeah,
I ran over a squirrel one time and I lost my shit. So I can't imagine if I ran over something I loved. Oh my god, I can't imagine.
Yeah,
I think depending on how you're reacting of it, if you did it and you were just completely in how Tim's doing, nobody definitely would hammer on you.
No,
I don't think so. I really don't,
dude. I mean,
well, we can't do the what ifs because it'll drive you crazy.
Yes,
it literally could have happened to any one of us.
Seriously,
Tim looks like
clear,
you gotta turn that mic. Or you gotta turn that mic.
Let's turn that frown upside down.
Yeah, that cat loved going under cars, and we were clearing the cat out from underneath cars literally for a week and a half. And it could have happened to any person that went to Tim's house, and it's not
100%.
Literally, it could have happened to anyone.
Yeah. And then we were talking about, Schmitty had a great question. He said, for our editor, Nick here, about why iPhones are just as good as cameras. And editor Nick said, cameras are better. I thought the same thing for a long time. I thought cameras could take, I'm like, why would you buy a photography camera when these iPhones are so fucking good? Photography cameras are better. And Nick said, these cameras are better. Nick, can you tell us why these cameras are better than an iPhone real quick? For podcasts?
Well, just think about it like this. Like an iPhone is what, $1,000? Some of these camera setups are $5,000 specifically made just to be a camera. So there's just a lot more money. It's like just the quality is way better. I mean, even the lens itself could be just as much as the iPhone. So that's why.
And they're making, Schmitty says they're making Hollywood breakthrough blockbuster movies with iPhones these days.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think of one.
What's the laughter about?
No, we're trying to think of what
They were
movie.
laughing. Joe,
I'm saying blockbuster movies.
They ignorantly are laughing. Oh, no. They are not using iPhones to make Hollywood movies. I'm like, yeah, they are.
And he can't name one.
I'm pretty sure it was Quiet Place 2. If I remember correctly, Quiet Place 2. I haven't looked it up. Sorry, I'm not an AI.
I think the new Blair Witch did that as well.
Something.
I don't know. I'm not going to put my
Nightcrawler
neck
with
out.
Jake Gyllenhaal was like a shaky cam.
The which one?
They're making
It
iPhones.
says
I didn't see it.
A Quiet Place 2 was not filmed using
Okay.
iPhones.
Just I'm doing off my head. Look up some. Just type in Mr. Type Man.
Mr. Typer.
Which movies have been filmed with iPhones? Which Hollywood blockbusters?
Okay,
No.
Hollywood blockbuster.
Even just at this point, just what movie period has been?
Yeah. All I was trying to say is
If they
and then
made it into
they're making
blockbusters, good
legit
enough.
movies
I
with
mean,
iPhones.
you see? Can you see fucking Spielberg
laughing
stumbling
at
around
me.
with the iPhone?
I'm trying to
You
say
know.
legit movies though. What's the like?
You know what, Scott Summers?
No, okay, how about this? Yes, several notable films and projects have been shot entirely on or partially on iPhones, showcasing
that.
the versatility of smartphone filmmaking. While these not all be considered traditional Hollywood blockbusters, they gained significant attention. Unsane in 2018 was one. High Flying Bird in 2019. Tangerine.
Who was in that?
I have no clue.
A comedy drama shot on 3 iPhone 5s with $100,000 budget. $100,000 budget.
on the iPhone 5s
That's
too,
fire.
so that thing must have looked like shit.
No, dude,
Yeah.
I bet it was fire.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was.
All right, whatever, Scott Summers, fucking Cyclops from X-Men.
Lady Gaga's Stupid Love music video 2020. While not a movie, this high-profile music video was shot entirely on an iPhone 11 Pro. It's pretty cool.
Hey, that's my
Indication.
phone. Shout out my phone.
So you really do. I mean, if you're starting a podcast, that's all you need is your iPhone.
Yep.
iPhone right now. Even Schmitty, you shoot your show on the iPhone, right?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I start low. Fuck you, Warlike.
The Chat GPT, we were looking up nicknames or fight nicknames for Richard Schmitty, and you just type in his personality, and these are some of the fight nicknames: Ricky the Towering Snack Schmitty,
Oh my God!
Ricky Big Smoke Schmitty, Ricky the Munchy Monster Schmitty,
Oh God!
Ricky the Gentle Giant, Ricky Chillzilla,
Chillzilla.
Ricky the Stone Colossus, Ricky Slammin' Snacks Schmitty,
I like that one.
Snack slamming Schmitty.
Ricky High Stakes,
Like that.
Ricky Mega Munch Schmitty, Ricky the Heavy Hitter Schmitty.
Mega Munch would be pretty.
What kind of things you put in about him?
You just put in their personality, what they're like, what they like, stuff like that. I had some rap names come up for me: Big Pale,
Really?
Yeah. Thick Flame, or Scarlet Savage,
Oh,
These are much cooler.
or the Redskin Rider.
I like that one. I like
Redskin
that a lot.
Rider.
That's a porn name right there.
That's an album name.
Chief Frost, the Pale Ghost,
Big ketchup.
Copper Cloud,
Copper Cloud.
or the Big Buffalo.
Oh,
So if you need
So-
nicknames, if you need ideas for your podcast name,
who
rap name,
Who was the white buffalo boxer? Francis Botha.
yeah, I've never heard of him.
He fought Tyson back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I haven't smoked the bud here in about 4 or 5
Oh, fuck,
days.
sorry.
Dude, I'm being accused of smoking when I'm not.
Well, you are.
Well, you are. Yeah.
You are, is what you're doing.
After Joe Riggs'
I did.
Overdose,
You know what
13.
Joe told me?
No, hold on. Listen to this real quick. They did 13 bong rips.
Pump the
He called
brakes.
me in the night. He's like, I'm never smoking again, Tim.
Oh.
I asked his wife at the Brian Count show. She's like, he was smoking that night.
It was now the reason was let's pump the brakes here. It was I couldn't go back to sleep. That's what it was for. And they let's laugh at him. It's good. It's yeah, I did. But she exposed me right in front of everyone. It's like he fucking shit up there.
You fucking shit.
So did that fuck you up at all, huh?
No, well, no, I am back on the wagon. I'm back at it though.
Bad or
on the
not bad?
wagon.
Just like I was. No, actually,
Can we get round 2 on this show, maybe?
no. Well, and unless old Red goes at it,
Oh, God.
I want to see Joe on some mushies.
fucking
No,
get
you don't.
dragged off a fucking plane
God.
again.
Just fucking crying, shadow boxing
You
his
don't
shadow.
know what it's like.
Then we'll both be crying.
But yeah, have you done
Oh
mushrooms?
yeah, I love them though.
Yeah, I just don't Oh man, I got hauled off the airplane for not thinking I was being too easy on people. I could again talk myself in
Well, I think that's probably the worst place you could do mushrooms is on an airplane.
For real.
Yeah, that's not a place where you're looking.
That's like
I don't like
Dylan saying he wanted to do DMT for his concussion. It's kind of retarded.
He said that.
Yeah.
It might be good. Like Warlike texted me, say, "You got any work for me?" I said, "I do. I got a sign, and I need a sign spinner out front of Chase."
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
So we had him sign spinning, and you said you felt vulnerable.
I felt like I literally could have been holding a sign with no clothes on, just my penis out. Like my cock could have been out.
For what reason?
The simple fact that there was a million eyes on me. And
Just everyone who drove by.
That's how it felt, at least to me. Like I should have had like the biggest pair of sunglasses on, the biggest headphones, and been in my own world because I hated that world.
Some people were speeding up. They would like rev up.
They felt awkward looking at him.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. It's like when you're at a light and a bum's walking by for money and
Like-
you're trying not to make eye contact.
He did good though. He was flipping it, spinning around,
But
doing
it's like,
tricks.
It's like a mascot. At least I feel like they have something where they can hide in front of. Like they can hide behind
Those
a mascot.
sign
costume.
spinners don't. They
I
just
know,
spin
but like
around.
that's crazy. That's so.
So
crazy.
if we do another sign spinning session here,
I would do it just because that's like my.
What are you gonna
mentality.
wear though?
I would definitely
ski
have
mask?
some. I would literally wear earphones like you're wearing right now and sunglasses like you're wearing right
Butt
now.
naked, would you ever go out there and flip a sign?
That's how I felt. It literally.
What if you actually were butt naked?
I probably would feel the same.
Can I throw a gi on you with
Yeah.
a belt?
Yeah.
What if we had a mascot
$5
costume?
more?
Like a legit mascot costume. If someone out there
I
can
would do a
make one.
mascot. If you literally had a big red hawk, I
That would hide all his
literally do that.
insecurities.
I would
Yes.
do that.
It would hide
I
all.
would do that easy.
It's dangerous. I've seen people get fucking taken out.
I'll
Flipping
fucking
signs.
jump
Someone's
And
gonna
somebody
want
in
to
a big
fucking
red
take him
hawk.
out.
And Wars texted me, "Can I please be done?"
No,
I'm dying.
no, I did not. Don't fucking put that. I said, hey man, sundown's at 5:39. I said you have me from 4:30 till 6:30. I said it's literally pitch black at 5 o'clock or at 6 o'clock.
But you just told me you sign spin till 6. So you're
I did.
trying
I
to
did.
steal.
I sign spin until 6 when it got dark, and then I came inside and I helped Schmitty clean.
So the sun didn't set at 5:39.
Well, it sets at 5:39, but then it's not completely dark until 6.
Wow.
That's the time it's set on my app.
Did
fuck me over here.
did anybody throw anything at you?
No, I had a lot of people honk, pull over. Just pretty much everyone from the gym came up and asked me if I lost a bet.
Well, dude, a few years ago, I was a few years ago.
We gotta drive by and throw eggs at him.
I
next
would, I
time.
really would. A guy got hit with a. It was in front of McDonald's. A guy got hit with a fucking old McDonald's cup.
Hold that, Michael.
The guy was just flipping signs, having a good time. Douche, just fucking taken out with that.
McFlurry to the
It
face.
was some sort of a drink. It was funny nonetheless though. Not me. No. No, it was. I don't know if it was a drink or what it was, but he took one to the fucking lips though. But he was the guy took it and kept on spinning though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there, just fucking flipping the McFlurry out of my sign.
You take a fucking cup full of human shit to the fucking lips.
Or like comes in just crying with eggs all over
no.
him.
Oh,
If something like
God.
that happened to me, I'm coming in, I'm giving Tim the biggest fucking hug of his life, and then I'm
No.
saying, "Fuck you, I'm out of here."
Dude, some of them people walking or doing anything when you're driving by, it's like a moth to the flame. People want to whack you with something.
I had one
Yeah.
person that said ha 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 and laughed.
That's all you need to know.
Drove by,
And what'd you do, just crumple?
That one was just like, oh, we're looking to the left for the next 10 minutes.
Fuck. Well, it's my dad got hit with a fucking cue ball walking down the street right in the gut. Like, dude, we were walking to the store. I was 10 years old. He was going to Texaco. He's obviously been drinking. He's going to Texaco, and we were walking. And somebody whipped a fucking cue ball out of his gut and he fucking rolled him into the road. Fucking, he was all right though.
Thank God it didn't hit his dome.
Dude,
piece.
that would have been fucking horrible. I was laughing, but I couldn't imagine him taking one to the fucking head like that.
Yeah. Well, Song Yadong and versus Cejudo got announced. I feel like there's a high percentage chance that is Henry Cejudo's last fight because that's a tough fight. I think Song Yadong is number 8, Henry's number 7. That's probably really the only option or the highest ranked guy the UFC offered him, and he took the fight. And I think it's looking like it's going to be 5 rounds. The main event for Seattle.
It is confirmed.
It's 5 rounds, so that's probably going to be pretty sick. Actually, it's probably going to be a good fight.
Who you got?
At this point, Henry's getting older. He poses threats, but I mean, training camp's different. He's not able to work as hard as he was before. He's obviously an animal competitor, but I think Song Yadong's starting to come into his own a little bit. I think Song Yadong is probably going to beat him up.
Fuck. That'd be hard. He's not going to get over that one, huh?
Henry, yeah, I think he'll probably call it after that. And Uriah Faber, I mean, he's training at Team Alpha Male, so they know where Henry Cejudo's strong. They know he's going to want to over-under him, inside trip him. They know the takedowns that he really likes, and they're probably going to do a good job at staying away from those.
Well, I see fitting since we have a Canadian in the house.
Okay.
It's been wild on the internet with Mr. Elon and Trump lately with the 51st state of Canada.
He's gone.
Trump,
Trudeau's gone.
I just want to hear
Warlike cried because of that.
I want to hear Warlike's reaction
He
to
has
this.
a picture of Trudeau in his room.
No.
Let me read this real quick.
Okay.
This is from Donald Trump. Many people in Canada love being the 51st state. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsides that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be. Thoughts?
That's a possibility.
It's not a possibility.
You think so?
It's literally a 0% chance.
The French have a big. They don't want their.
What are you guys gonna do about it?
No. Well,
Yeah,
right now,
you don't got to say in
literally
this
the
fucking
reason
shit.
The reason that Trudeau resigned from office is because now we can't call into an election until like September, October of next year because the Liberal Party doesn't have a candidate or a leader. So right now he's basically just backlogging the entire government so that we have to sit through another liberal like campaign.
But he's kicking the can down for he's going to be prime minister for another 3 months, right? He resigned, but it's not for another 3 months.
The Liberal Party is still technically in charge, but he's just like the face holder.
You know what Elon's response to Warlike is? Because Justin said pretty much the same shit. He goes, "Girl, you're not the governor of Canada anymore, so don't matter what you say."
Oh, he's got some burns.
He's not
dude.
going to change shit.
Oh, God.
Damn.
And Trump wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Let's
that
go,
one.
bro. This is good for you.
No.
Let's go.
Do you guys
Warlike's
know-
Canada till he dies. Did you guys ever like watch anything or any movies or anything about the Bernie Madoff guy?
Yes.
Pretty sure there was a documentary I watched on him somewhere.
Dude, that motherfucker. Bernie Madoff was a former stockbroker and investment advisor, orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauding thousands of investors out of an estimated $65 billion.
Dude.
Billion.
Billion. That's a lot of fucking
Holy
money.
smoke. So he was balling for those decades.
Just ripping people off one after the other.
Oh, my God.
God, have you ever seen that?
Madoff was sentenced to a short 150 years in prison for securities fraud, money laundering, and other charges. Damn, so he probably croaked, right? Oh, no, he
he's still in
died.
prison. He's dead.
He died in prison April 14th, 2021 at age
Fucking
82.
I didn't know that.
I'm sure they got movies about him and shit.
I've seen a documentary, but it was like there was somebody in his family was filming him when he was getting ready to get dragged out of there.
My mom worked for Edward Jones back in the day back in Missouri, and that guy did the same shit. And I remember coming, she picked me up from school, which was weird because usually I'd walk home, and she was real quiet. I'm like, "Mom, what's wrong?" She's like, "I got laid off." And then it was because that guy had fucking caused so many issues.
Oh, geez.
And she had like 13 years in like with retirement shit and all that kind of stuff saved up, which was all gone.
Did she get
Never,
kind of paid?
she never got it. He was in court like forever about it, and then finally he went to prison, and he's in prison right now.
Did they take his earnings or give it back to the people that were?
My mom
robbed?
never got anything.
That's sad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we did it. We wanted to do a Ask Me Anything or whatever Q&A for YouTube. We hit 200,000 subs and we're cruising. We're already at 202. 202. Things are looking good. It's going to be a great year. We're going to have so much good shit that comes out. We're not going to do the old. Well, I'm going to do the buffalo hunt, but we're not going to vlog it, unfortunately. But we might be going February 24th to San Diego. Hopefully train with the Rutolo bros, and we're going to do a cool little vlog for that, so that should be a good time. But let's get to some of these YouTube questions here. Warlike versus Brendan in BJJ, who wins? Well, we saw that. That match happened on my YouTube when we did a Jobin tournament, in-house beginners tournament.
Really?
Brendan took him down, like it looked like Hamzat versus whoever. Brendan passed his guard, looked like Tuquinho Mendez versus whoever, just passed his guard like easy. Warlike ended up buggy choking him.
Like
Really?
And did you set him up for that? So you willingly gave the takedown, willingly let him pass your guard?
I'm not a points jiu-jitsu player. I'm a sub only.
You're the
jiu-jitsu
fucking
player.
checkmate guy,
I'm
huh?
a sub only. If you can sub me, I will accept that as defeat. If you can beat me by points, that's lame.
But
Points
but
are
also
lame as
but
fuck.
also points are dominant positions where you're getting your head
Okay.
crushed
But
in a fight.
But in a tournament, I'm joining a submission only tournament before I join a tournament with points. Every single time.
But okay, overall,
Or in a super fight. It's
overall,
not
but what's better, like a point type jiu-jitsu guy who they win ADCC. They are the best, the better MMA fighters. They're better overall. So why don't you turn that around to be like, I'm going to dominate some positions more.
That's like saying I want to be a point kickboxer in the UFC. Like I can go to a decision every single fight. That's cool. So super fun. You want to go to a decision. You still can lose decisions out of your control.
So would it take you just getting your lips pounded off multiple times to be like, okay, I need to switch my style of jiu-jitsu up a little bit here?
Well, I'm not going to a fight.
But on the streets, if you get in a fight with a girl or something, she takes you down, passes your guard, she starts neon belly fucking punching your
Wiry
face. Why are you bitch?
See, nah, I'm comfortable. I'm just comfortable in my guard. That's it. I'm fully comfortable.
No, you're comfortable in side control.
I'm comfortable. I just know that if you can't submit me, I'm not gonna
I'm not going away.
He can throw those shoestring legs up and get
Yeah,
the choke you
can.
unconscious.
I can get you like in awkward positions,
Yes.
and then you can't get me in
is very
positions
true.
where you're comfortable.
Joe, this is the same guy who said he could finish Dylan if he started with a rear naked choke.
Well, I did. If he started with a rear naked choke
On body
locked up,
triangle.
Yeah, he would choke Dylan unconscious.
that's what
of
I'm
course.
saying.
I don't think so.
He would.
I do.
We could.
Well,
With
you're
my
blue belt.
chin behind-
You're
yeah,
blue,
blue
of
belt.
course. Hell, of
I
course he
said,
would.
look, Joe, if Dylan has the rear naked choke like this compared to like this,
Yeah.
there's no out.
No, you'd choke me the fuck out too.
Yeah, there's just no out on
It
that.
would-
I'd
would.
like to see it. Dylan thinks otherwise.
But I think the chat or the fans in the comments would really like to see me and Joe go for a roll, though.
Oh shit!
think
Start with
they
you
would.
strangling me.
No. I think
go
they'd just
mobile?
like to see us roll.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt anyone the power of Joe D.
Can we do a combat jiu-jitsu Warlike versus Rig?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a little bit more realistic.
Laying
Let's
him
keep
slaps
it
on your fucking jeez. Yeah, you're he's a blue belt. He's still a blue belt.
Yeah.
What the hell would you want to roll with me for?
I'd go deep in those legs. Honey
Oh,
hole
these
down
legs
low.
have seen better days, my friend.
Okay. Is your Achilles still tight at all? Also, okay. Is my Achilles still tight? Yes, it is, but it's feeling better. It feels stronger than my other one.
You still bulbous?
It is big. It's thicker, but it's stronger. I work on it literally every single morning, so she's good to go. Also, you should do an event called the Schmitty Invitational, and he's the one that gets to invite people. would be massive.
Oh,
Would be
funny.
massive.
Do you-
Yep, Tim's not fucking getting in.
what level of grappling should a kickboxer achieve before transitioning to MMA? I mean, it is different for everybody, but you gotta know and be confident with being able to escape side control, with being able to get out of mount, without being able to get someone off your back. Get out of these bad positions, because if you don't know how to get out of any of these bad positions, once you get there, it's over for you, and you're fucked. So getting out of the bad positions first, learning to wrestle up, learning to get your hips to the cage, fight hands and cut them back. So you're gonna have to be pretty well established. It depends though. Are you fighting for amateur? Are you fighting for an amateur fight where you're fighting Uncle Todd from the bar or something? And then it's a little different. But if you're trying to be like, I want to be a professional in MMA, then yeah, I would say at
Here,
least.
Tim, I got one real
Yep.
quick that I was thinking of. Yesterday I was thinking, just because I was always a superstitious athlete. Like whenever I was doing things, I would be superstitious. Did you guys have any superstitions when you went into a fight? Like whether you'd go and you do something the same thing every single time?
I don't think there's one fighter out there that doesn't play those games a little bit.
For sure.
And whether you try to reroute those thoughts right away or you kind of start thinking about them, it's impossible not to think about them.
So like, what was your guys' thing? Because I know like when I played baseball, it was always like left sock first, left shoe, then right sock, right shoe. Like I was superstitious. Like every time I went up to the plate, I'm tapping the far left corner, far right corner, then sliding it across.
Would you put your flag on a certain way every time?
Flag?
Flag football.
Oh, no. Yeah, the pennies.
No, that wasn't the question either.
No, but
That wasn't a dig. But even
That sounded like a dig, but it wasn't. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Put your flag on.
I would have my football gloves in my pocket until it was game time, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good question, but that's a bad thing to start getting into and start thinking about because fight weeks are always so fucking different. Unless you recorded things in your notebook about how every weight cut went, you're going to be in a different city. You're going to have a different hotel. I mean, sometimes the bathtub's not going to work to cut weight. Sometimes they don't have. It's like it's hard. You can't start playing those games.
That's for sure. But it's a good point. Like I would always get one hand wrapped every time. Even had a fucking horrible fight the fight before, I would still do it. That's weird. That's not a good luck thing if I had a horrible fight the fight before, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Bro, I just had a great video idea where Warrior comes up to bat and he's talking about what his superstitions are, and it comes up and it's him at the T-ball.
And he just fucking strikes out of the T-ball.
Oh, that'd be a hard one to get past.
I'm losing it.
Schmitty's smoking some of his ash out of his pipe. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, dude. That's
Going right to his brain.
I always
the
see
flag
with that
football got me, dude.
That was good. There.
I went from there.
Was there ever a time in your MMA journey where money was an issue? And if so, how did you work around that? I mean, money was an issue the whole time. The whole time. I wasn't very smart about it, though. When I was my main focus when I was 19 years old, I was in college at the time, but my main focus was training, and I was using those student loan money just for my training, just for my training, pretty much for my food, just to pay for my membership and do all that stuff. But I mean, I was always also able to live off a very small amount of money. Remember when I lived with you?
Like a pulper, for
Like
sure.
I'd have $300-400 to my name.
Sean too.
Just live off little amounts of money and was pretty happy with it, and it was okay.
Yeah, that always impressed me. You would. Like I remember asking how much money you had, and you're like, "Yeah, it should be good for a year or something like that." I'm like, "What the?"
It's like 3,000.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I think Sean said that. Like, I'm like, "How much money you got?" He's like, "I have $5,000. I'll be good for a year." He had his car. You know, he doesn't have to pay rent and stuff. I mean, so it's.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can learn to live fucking poor when you're fighting, when you make money, it's easier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there is. If it depends what city you're into, and just not being afraid to maybe asking a local business if they'd like to sponsor you for $200-300 and prove to them that you can work hard. Businesses like that love to support.
Fuck, it's hard to ask though, man. Money's so fucking uncomfortable talking about.
So, like, you've been in Phoenix a long time. There's a lot of companies. You've probably went through every damn sponsor in this city.
Yeah, a lot of.
How did they come about?
You know, because I'm from here. I knew everybody. You know,
Yeah.
so I'd meet somebody, and then you meet people along the way, stuff like that. But it's crazy who you meet. I was just thinking about Henry. Henry was the water boy at Rage in the Cage when I first started fighting. You know, like he would come get the I wipe the blood up on the ground and stuff like that. And you meet people like that along the way. You know, through wrestling and stuff like that. Because a lot of successful people are into the sport. You know.
So when you were broke, most of the time when you were fighting, though, because what age you had kids? You had kids at what age?
22.
22, which is fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're fighting for your family for a living.
The
So
sole provider for my family.
Yeah, sole provider. So how many times was your count tick-tocking right close to zero? And
Tell you
you're
a
like,
crazy story about that. So this is after my back surgery when I had ankle surgery when I was in bed rest for like fucking a year and a half. And before I went on bed rest, I think I had like 150, 200 grand in the bank. And then you don't fight for a long time. It just keeps taking. And I have somebody who watches my money. I get a call and says I have like less than a month before I have nothing left. So I just started.
but you didn't. So at that time, you don't have a phone where you can just look at your bank account and just see.
This is like 2000. I mean, they did it, but it wasn't as prevalent as is now. But like at that time, I hadn't fought for a year, and I just started because I had back surgery. Then I had an infection in my ankle. That I had all that crap. But then they called me and said I had nothing. I just had left the UFC to sign with Strikeforce, and so I asked Scott Coker if I can fight somewhere as I needed money. I literally had less than a month before I was flat broke, and I went and fought in Canada for like 15 or 16 grand with like a week and a half notice. And I was so exhausted, and I'm like, if this goes longer than a minute, I'm fucking done. And I take him down and get full mount, and then I get triangle him out and pull him guard, and he's fucking cracking my fucking beak, and I'm like, hold on, he's almost out. He fucking passes out, and I'm fucking dragging myself up the fence. Horrible.
Yeah, when you get down to zero. I remember leaving for Fight Master when we left for that TV show. I had $0 to my name. I couldn't even buy a coffee.
Oh my God.
And the Fight Master, it's like you have all these welterweights that are showing up. You don't know who you're going to fight till weigh-ins.
Yeah.
They call you out at weigh-ins. Everyone's at weight. And then if you lose, I don't think they literally don't give you any money and they send you back home.
Yeah, they got
if you
nothing.
win, then you get paid weekly for the thing, and then you get paid per fight and then per finish and stuff, so you can make a little money. So there was a lot of pressure on my shoulders for that. I was like, I'm either gonna come home with $0.
Fuck, that'd be a lot to fucking handle.
Oh God. Well, I was living at your house at the time.
That's nerve wracking. That possibility is very nerve wracking. Because imagine getting fucking. Oh God, that would have been horrible.
Yeah.
I remember I made an agreement. Me and Lisa made an agreement that if I did not win the show entirely, I was going to retire. Because she was getting tired of the ups and downs. You know, like highs are high, the lows are low. And
all the time with those stories, it goes the other way. It goes the bad way. But then it just opens up another route in your life. You got to just stay positive and try to find another route.
That's it, man. Life leads to different doors that you can open up.
Really want to see you sparring with Riggs or Warlike for fun?
Let's do it.
War's ready for anything.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What was your thought process for designing your house? I didn't design it. It was already built. Some guy built it, and he used to live in the Caribbean islands or something, and he loved the islands. And he came back, and he thought this was going to be for his forever home in Waddell. So he built a house like the Caribbean islands. So that's why it looks that way. And it's
in the one across the street, right? His family, he built the one across the street?
No, the guy who built his house lives across the street.
Oh, okay.
So the guy who built the house I'm in.
Okay.
So no process. It's definitely a unique house. If you could have one animal in the world to have as a pet, what would it be? A falconer.
You like that, huh?
I mean, it's kind of cool.
It is fucking cool. It's just
if you think about it. But then you have this falcon, and is that falcon really happy? That falcon probably wants to be soaring the skies instead of just sitting in Old Red's YouTube.
It's money. I mean, it's food. You get them. You fucking make them do anything with food.
A monkey would be cool.
Fuck. I'm happy with my bulldog, man. I love my dog.
If I had a monkey and I just had Warlike as the caretaker and I could just go play with him anytime.
Head down in the dirt, man. I'll do whatever I need. I cleaned fucking horse shit for like fucking 4 hours last week.
You actually, your skin saw the sun, which is a rare occurrence.
It's
no, I think I might be more tan than it is.
Dude, I hate the sun. I fucking hate it.
It looks like it.
Doesn't it? I am fucking extremely pale.
But any animal, say you could just have it, be cool, and it's not really a pain in the ass.
I'd like a fucking is it a gray with that bird, a parrot? Is it African gray? What's that called?
Oh, a cool bird.
It's the smartest bird alive. It can talk and do all this thing.
That'd be cool. What about you, Schmidt?
Man, it would be so depressed. But it'd be cool if you had an octopus.
Hell no. Those things are just aren't those? I think those things are pretty smart. You know,
have you seen that motherfucker? They'll put a twist off jar in its tank. It'll twist the jar off to get the food and get in there.
I love them.
It's fucking nuts. Or get out the smallest hole on the boat.
I would do it. I would do an owl. A type of owl.
Yeah.
But then you see those owls. Like Sean went to that owl cafe and he's like, dude, what up, boys? Hi, Lena. The owls are literally chained.
I don't want that.
They have chains over their ankles.
Fuck yeah, that's terrible. Dude,
yeah, no.
It's like the first time I saw a bald eagle. It's in Alaska. It looked like they were putting cigars out on it. It was all half bald, chained to its ankle. It looked like shit.
I would love to teach my owl. I'd put a little note on his foot and I'd go, fly to Tim. And then he would soar over to Tim's house and drop a little note.
Pick up a cat on the way back.
Hey.
Yeah. What did he say?
Pick up a cat.
Fly, Falcon.
That's
Falcon.
All right, you're sign spinning, bud. You're sign spinning for 8 hours straight. You want work?
Work that sign.
What's your horse's names? Mariah's mom's horse name's Ricky. Her other two horses are Amber and Rabbit.
Your horse's name is Ricky?
That's Tess's.
Really?
Yeah.
I like human names on animals. I don't know why.
That's my name, dude. What the fuck?
Name my dog Tim.
I name a goldfish after you. Timbo.
Did you?
Last time you guys been fully bricked up, that was this morning, brother. Every morning I usually woke up. Yeah, I mean fully. I wake up.
That was the question. Was last time your dick's been hard?
Yes, fully.
Well, it's been a long time for that.
That's is it?
I'm Johnny Halfstock. Oh, yeah, that's fucking horrible. Yeah, I've been struggling with a limp dick.
I wonder if it has to do with your nutrition.
Might be. I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to be really
your
clean.
sleep.
Those 3 a.m. bong rips can't help either.
No, they don't.
No, I think
bong rips.
I think bong rips drop your testosterone.
They for sure do. I know my testosterone's low as fuck for sure.
I got a question for you guys. Joe Rogan's always like the
Schmidt,
head.
go to the tip of the mic.
Okay, my bad.
No. You're moving it like this. Point it like this.
That's what I did.
There we go.
Like a nipple.
Like a black dong.
Like a nipple.
Yep.
Oh, all right. But Joe Rogan's always like the head honcho when it comes to guests and people go to. But what's Lex Friedman had Ukraine's president on. Really good podcast. They had to translate it. It was super cool.
Like deep or was
deep?
it?
Oh yeah, very deep.
Zelenskyy?
And, oh yeah. And what are your guys' thoughts? Because it's pretty interesting now that we're living in a world where these presidents and high electors are going to be going on not just Joe Rogan's but other people's podcasts. That's pretty huge.
Fuck yeah. Trump created a different kind of campaign.
Yeah, we should get Putin on.
Joe Rogan
did. Big Poots sitting
He's the
down.
man, dude.
Joe did
Say
not.
what kind of drugs he likes. Here, throw me a lighter real quick, Schmidt.
I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan didn't want to have him on his pod.
Who? Trump? You talking about Trump?
My bad. No, Russian guy or Ukraine guy.
Oh, I'm sure he's a guy's a fucking worm.
Hey, just because you saw a TikTok.
No, fucking.
I'd like to see your reaction. I'd like to hear your reaction if you would watch that pod. What you think?
Well, who's it? What podcast is he on?
Lex Friedman.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Really
Zelenskyy. Okay, what is your typical calorie intake total and what percentage of fat, protein, carbs you? I'm never kept track of that. I do try to just do as much protein as I can because I feel like the more protein I do, the less snacky I am for fucking crackers, chips, sweets, shit
really?
like that.
And
then I'm pretty sure that's like I don't know if it's a proven thing, but the more protein you eat, the less your cravings go away.
How many grams do you try to get in a day?
I try to get my body weight 190, but do I get close? I probably get to around 150, 160. But they say just to maintain the muscle that you have now, a gram of protein per body weight.
Dude, I don't know. I've never fucking been able to eat a proper amount of protein. Never been able to lift properly.
I mean, I enjoy if I'm doing a snack, just getting some organic turkey breast. Hopefully, I have some leftover steak or ground beef in the fridge. If you find a protein you really like, it's easy. You throw a scoop of milk and just fucking hit it. Schmitty's been doing his protein. That's a big one for you this year, right?
Yep.
We got you onto shakes. Now you're doing the shakes. Big handful of spinach. Fucking.
Oh yeah.
Spinach?
They're delicious, and they do help. And not only that, I feel like it was helping my blood pressure. It was helping a lot of things.
Your blood pressure high?
Yeah.
How high is it?
A little, just this bitch. But that
How
was
do you test your blood pressure?
Well, that was only when I went to the
Blood pressure
dentist.
cuff?
I went to the doctor not that long ago, and I had good blood pressure. But then I went to the dentist to get my one of my teeth pulled, and it was up a little bit.
Because you were probably nervous.
I was probably nervous.
Yeah.
But I took it as, God, I need to do that.
My son has white coat syndrome. Every time he goes in the fucking doctor for anything, his stats are like he's fucking dying. The heart rate's fucking over 200 and nuts.
Where does that come from? Where
I
do
don't
people
know.
get fear from doctors and like dentists and stuff like that? I've never understood that.
Dude, bad experiences. I mean, you go to a shitty doctor, a dentist who doesn't know how to put that nerve shit in right. They stick the nerve and it hits a nerve and it shocks your whole face and your body, and that's a different kind of fucking pain, dude. Then you don't want to go back. But good doctors, good dentists I've been to, you don't feel it at all, and it's easy and it's not a big deal.
Bro, I used to be good with needles. I'm not good with needles anymore because a bitch fucking wiggled it in my arm.
Really?
I was like, I turned white as a ghost, dude. I about went out.
Same thing with those, the IVs. I mean, one time when I was cutting to 155, I'm trying to get an IV and they can't find the vein. They stick me 6 times and I'm like fucking dehydrated as fuck, having to fight. It's midnight and I'm pissing brown pee and I'm just pretty much crying and my arm's bleeding in my room.
Was that your brother? Your brother missed your IV?
Yeah.
I remember that. Fuck, that was the Bellator fight, right?
Oh my God, that was just hell, dude. It was just fucking hell.
I IV myself. I always do it myself. I've always been able to do that.
You just do it in your neck?
Yeah, right to or the shaft. No, I'm always getting it right there. But I've went through the vein and just let it fucking just unload my arm. I have a huge fucking tit hanging down. But it subsides. It goes away.
Speaking of that, how much growth did you get after the stem cell shot to the PP? A lot of people didn't know we did that. Okay, we're at CPI Stem Cells. Great place to get stem cells. They literally fucking healed my shoulder that I thought I was never going to get healed again. Amazing place. And they said, hey, this guy's getting the stem cells to his wiener. And it's around, I think it was around $1,500, but they're like, we'll hit you for free. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that. Then I Googled it and I saw this guy, Ben Greenfield. He's like a biohacker. I've listened to his podcast before, and he was talking about, he did it. And what happened? And I was like, well, fuck, give her a rip, huh?
Oh, did it hurt bad?
It hurt because I bucked, and they had to they had to re-stick me.
Were they going just in the, like underneath the skin, or they jam it in the
No,
fucking?
kind of like closer to the root. And my doctor was just a cutie. Like I just had to.
Oh no! Did she put in the needle in?
Well, I thought it was going to be a boy doctor, but then she rolls in, and I'm just shriveled all get out.
Oh, I'd try to whittle a half stock at
I
least.
did, but you're about to get stabbed.
Don't do this
Fucking
to me.
Shug says he rolls in there, same doctor. He's got a half stock going. I'm like, you bitch.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do it either. If I even a little bit nervous, fucking.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. And then, but dude, probably realistically with that, I'd say 3-4 months after. You're not supposed to get a boner for like a couple days.
How can you
that.
stop that?
But 3-4, yeah. I mean, you just got to think about something.
Yeah.
3-4 months after, you'd get a boner that is like, think of the hardest boner you've ever gotten.
Oh.
Every time it was like that.
Really?
That's what I would say the difference
Didn't
was.
improve on anything else. It was just for the rigidness of the.
Joe, have you ever experienced blue balls?
Yeah, I have. Yes.
What was your experience?
Just a fucking aching root that wouldn't fucking my dong wouldn't go
Just
down.
head
The
in the
balls
living-
are throbbing.
Head in the living room, fucking the couch again.
Yeah, I did. No, it's I just could not fucking I couldn't nut. I just had I had a numb root.
Dude, one time I got blue balls to the touch, bro, and it put me down. I couldn't walk.
What triggered it?
Just rolling around with a girl all night and not having sex. It fucking got me. And then the next morning I wake up and it's fucking like so sensitive to touch and hurt. Then I look up what to do and it says to jerk off.
Yeah, you got to get violent.
That
with
was the most fucking painful
Get
thing of my
violent.
life. I'm in the
Dude.
shower crying.
The balls are horrible. My ball, because I do have long balls. They hit the bottom. when I'm going doggy style, the balls will swing up and hit the bladder or something. You know, and they get a lot of whip to it, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then I found out at least that's enjoyable, but not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. It's not. It just hurts.
It's like it's good. They're so saggy they hit her back.
Hit her in the mouth. You go up and hell, fuck. But it's but I can feel it starting to gain momentum. You know, it's like when it's at like whip the belt like at the perfect angle. The fucking nuts.
So you're trying to whip it up.
Let's change positions. Oh, it's fucking horrible. And earlier that morning, my balls were in the fucking water in the toilet, so I knew they were long in the tooth that day. It's fucking bad.
Okay, if you had 100K and were given a scholarship, what would you go to school for? If you had 100K, or you're given a 100K scholarship, I don't really understand that.
Given a 100K scholarship, so you can
I think
basically
that
go to
just
school
sounds
for
like-
whatever you want for free. Basically, is what they're trying to ask.
What would you do?
Damn. Probably try and be a teacher of some sort, an educator.
Yeah, I could see that. Hell no. I mean, think about that
AI's
job
gonna
more
take
like
that.
those
2-month
teachers.
summers, though.
Those
That's the
teachers are
best.
beasts, dude. To teach teach something 7 hours in a row, the same lesson to kids that don't give a fuck about what you're
Well, it
saying.
doesn't have to be like that.
Public school
But dude,
teachers are terrible.
these kids, imagine teaching some of these kids these days. They're gonna think you're a
I
fucking.
would never be a middle school or an elementary.
Dude, they're
school.
abusive.
I
to
did 2 years
teachers.
of school and it was to be a high school teacher. I would have never taught middle school or elementary. High school, at least they're more.
You did go to school for 2 years?
Yeah, I did 2 years of university.
Said, what if the kid's a brown belt and he's won IBGF championships because, and he just dominates positions and he's trying to punk you out? He's a 16-year-old punk
I'd say sit your ass in the hallway.
and he says, "Fuck you,
Dude,
I'll
I've seen
fuck you
kids just fucking piece up on teachers. Fucking,
I ain't that
it's like,
fucking
don't you say
teacher."
anything, you fucking bitch. Just intimidating. There's like, fucking, why? I'd strangle a kid.
100K given scholarship. What about you, Joe?
Oh, fuck. I wouldn't even know. I don't know.
You just
I don't
might
know.
as well not
I
go.
think I would major in Native American history. I would get some
Something
Native
like
Amer-
that.
So you
yeah.
make less money than you started.
Yes. No, I would try to fucking, learn something I wanted to actually learn.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to go to college, it'd be something like, I'm always curious with those people that do religious studies and learn
Oh,
about
yeah.
all the religions. Or psychologists is kind of cool,
That
but
would be good.
learning how people think and why they think that way. But also,
Realistically, though,
Zero chance.
100K, I'm going to a JUCO school and I'm trying to be a walk-on football player. If I got 100K.
Or let's get
Walk
real with
on flag
ourselves.
football player.
Why
Let's
not?
get real with
Why
ourselves.
wouldn't you just go to every JUCO college and try and walk on for a fucking sports team if you had 100K?
Well, if you were a
And
good
do do what?
just fucking
Get the water?
You guys want to see the Rudy movie 2.0? That's what this is.
Rudy 2.0.
Oh
he
shit,
said.
nice.
Rudy 2.0 right
Fucking
here.
what college would you start the Rudy at?
Oh, probably whichever one had the sexiest fucking girls at the time.
Coeur d'Alene College.
I'm surprised.
College.
I'm surprised, Tim, you wouldn't have done business, but I guess you learned that yourself. But schooling.
That's what I'm wondering. In
Yeah.
business, it's like I can see them really teaching you about taxes, like making you understand taxes. Because without Mariah, I'd be fucked with that. But I'm like, dude, what is business? What do you, like? I'm going to school for business. It's like, okay,
learning how
what?
to start your own business, learning how
But
to
then you ask those
manage,
people,
learning
what
how
kind
to
of business?
analytics.
And they say, I don't know. What's like?
Yeah. Well, I look at college like, all right, so I got my bachelor's degree in media studies, right? And you get put in environments where you meet people, and that can help you big time. So if I would get 100K, I would have just, because I already wish I would have got my master's in film, but I was just done with school. But I probably would have used that to go do film because I liked, and I
Like,
like
do
to make,
run the camera or be a
Oh.
producer or a director? Or,
yeah, make actual movies and stuff. Yeah. I took a class where I had to write
But
a
what
screenplay.
would you be though? The producer or director?
Yeah, director.
Make
Yeah.
some iPhone
Writer,
blockbuster films.
Yeah,
That would be sick.
for real.
Imagine.
Oh,
if,
I hope I make it now just to shit on Nick.
yeah. With your iPhone.
Yeah, yep.
I hope
I'm
you
gonna
do
like,
too.
fuck that guy.
And you send him the link to your.
Yeah.
You send him a link to your video. It's
Yep.
like 4 million views.
Watch this,
like,
bitch.
Oh,
sorry,
no, I'm
buddy.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Who wins, you or a monkey with gloves on? I mean, it's like
A monkey or an ape?
with gloves on
What kind of monkey?
in a 5-round MMA fight. It's like, yeah, exactly. What
A
kind
little
of
chimpanzee
monkey,
that goes up to your shins? Or
Chimpanzee.
bud? A little finger monkey that I stomp into the ground.
Yeah, spider monkey kick it in the fucking mouth.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I cannot wait for the AI robots so much where they're affordable to where we're living in the day we all
Oh
got
God,
one.
you really want that?
Oh, dude, it's gonna help us do so much for people. So there's the Black Mirror to it. There's the dark side of it and the good side of it. And the good side is it'll be able to help us so much.
Yeah, you teach them what kind of personality you want them to have.
Yeah.
That would be.
Can
How
you
long?
fucking
Just
do
to
it?
attack Schmitty's
No, that would
stoicism
be
every
bad.
day.
How long do you guys think until
Every
they're
day.
reasonably cheap where people can all afford one?
I fucking.
8 years, probably.
8 years?
Not everyone can afford one, but I bet it'll be 20, 30 grand, as much as a Tesla Model 3, probably.
How long do you think people like old Rick can get one?
Rick,
Yeah.
he ain't ever getting
Oh,
He
just
ain't-
cutting him off. Like, you ain't getting one, Rick.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
but-
Steve Jobs was so good at, dude, because he made the iPhone. Then he's like, okay, now how do I make it reasonable for the everyday consumer to get? So that's where they got to have the Steve Jobs of AI robots, right? Probably
But still,
Elon.
still, everyone can't really afford an iPhone.
Yeah.
I guess
ain't
you,
got an
you can
iPhone?
go into Cricket, and if you got $150, you can probably get yourself on a plan. But
I don't know. I know way less people that don't have a smartphone than people who have a smartphone.
no, iPhone compared to a smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take a cheap AI robot.
He's gonna be glitchy, dude. He's gonna be glitchy. He's
Starter. I got that. I started with a shuffle. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
I'll
just
make it work.
just like the robot vacuums. Those things are getting crazy these days.
What the Arubas?
Yeah, they're getting fucking.
Are they
crazy.
really?
Yes, they have cameras, and then they know every square foot of your house, and they know where to start. Compared to the first generation ones, would
Oh.
get stuck everywhere.
Yeah, my piece of shit does get stuck.
What'd you say there, Tim? That it knows every bite of your house?
Oh yeah,
What were we
I already
talking
told
about?
you that.
Tim loves that. He loves giving away freedoms for convenience. And I know that's going to be most people.
Is that you?
No, he's
I'm
saying
afraid of the
Alexa
freedoms.
on my. I've never had Alexa before, but now I do on the fridge.
Mhm.
You can say it right in the morning. Say, "Hey Alexa, play some Garth Brooks." And
That fridge be
yes,
fun.
she's probably listening to every word I say. But at this point, who cares?
Oh, I know.
Unless you're
everyone
doing
listens
something
to you.
fucking.
Tim squealing.
What if it
disgusting.
recorded you fucking? Yeah.
I wouldn't care about that. It's like everyone fucks.
No, but you make some noises. Oh God.
Yeah.
Can you repeat what happened
Yeah.
last night? And he's just,
Well, that's where,
Again,
War, I can
even
imagine
that-
war
Well, no.
fucking. Can you imagine war getting
that's
after
where
it?
I was. That's where me and Tim went into the direction where the cold wallet thing came in. Because I'm talking about security. I'm talking about if you got some money, is shit gonna get fucked? Because we're giving away so many freedoms, like unwillingly. Soon, I think in the future, bro, we're gonna give up just being able to use a steering wheel.
Dude, for sure. They're gonna. I think Rogan talks about it. Driving is going to be confined to like going to a track. You know, you can't just drive publicly. That's what he was saying. I agree with him.
And with this Tesla explosion, so they're sending the information back. How fast? They tell us this, how fast, but I'm sure it's probably instantly, right? Mm-hmm. So that's in your fridge. That's your AC units. That's your cars, right? This is everywhere you go. That's going to be tracking and giving back that information. So, like, we went to the zoo, right? And you get on these little fun kid things, and it would stop you if you couldn't go during certain roads.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it would.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But giving up your privacy, I guess it's like, yeah, you do want your privacy, and that's why I was always against Lex for a long time. I'm like, they can listen to every single word you are saying.
But everything.
But then at the end of the day, it's like, I'm just fucking normal.
We all know Tim's got a bit of a lead foot, so pretty soon he won't have to deal with that.
Yes.
How often does your Tesla drive you around?
Not that much, because they put the feature on to where when you do self-drive, you have to have both hands on. So if you have both hands on, it's like you might as well drive anyway. And the thing is, you can make it go over the speed limit like 10, 15 miles, but you gotta just fucking just sit there. I'd rather just drive. Before, they had it where you could have one hand on the wheel, it'll self-drive you all the way, so you could be on your phone. And
you can't do that now?
They changed it.
Motherfuckers.
Dude, it'll be where you can't go down certain roads. And that's when it gets really scary too, when they base it on credit scores. So who gets on the
the China fucking thing?
Who gets on the faster highways?
Social
who gets on the
fucking
slower highway? Dude.
Like if you jaywalk, it's gonna fuck your social credit standing, right? Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Jesus. Yeah, can you imagine? Moondog 05. What drives you? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. What drives you?
What drives you?
Probably just to be healthy, have good relationships with my people. Hopefully one day, make enough money to really be able to just support my dad fully and help my mom out fully.
Yeah.
And then just keep helping the people in my gym, keep giving back and improving their lives. That's probably for me. How about you, Schmidt?
I think what drives a lot of people is probably to be successful, right? To accomplish.
But then is there a number in the bank? Is there a number of subscribers where it's like, okay, check, I'm successful?
I think people have points where they're like, okay, because I think if you get to a point where you're being able to sustain life and you're happy, like, what's your own measurement of success?
But you sustain life and you're happy, but then
that's success.
Your money. No, I'm saying for you. Say you started making $10,000 a month,
right?
But now you're like, oh well, I can afford a mortgage on this really nice car, and I can afford my own place now. Now I can buy better groceries. So now your lifestyles went way up, but now you need more money to get the next level, a little bit more. There's not a spot where it's like, okay, successful.
Same thing with movie making, right? I can look at it like, oh, I'm happy. I'm making movies people are watching. Or am I the kind of guy where I'm not successful till I have that Oscar gold? So there's different, it's all up to the person.
And what's yours?
Mine would be that Oscar gold, baby.
So
you know
you,
I want that fucking Oscar gold.
So just
baby.
now, we've never heard about this. His goal and he's working for the Oscar goal. We just found
love it.
The first ever iPhone movie winning an Oscar.
Hey, Tim's always preaching to be an optimistic thinker. Well, here I am, and now he's shitting on it. So what the hell do you want?
Being realistic a little bit.
Everybody who dreamed big probably wasn't realistic and probably had a lot of people laugh at him or doubt him.
But they probably had also good habits working towards that thing.
That's what people, everybody look at how much people make if they're happy. Most people that make like $80,000 a year, just enough to pay their bills and have a little bit extra, they're the most happy. Like, they've done a lot of polls and acts of service, helping other people. It always makes everybody happy in life. So that's what I'm with you, Tim. Mm-hmm. I'm the same way.
For me, I would say just fear of failure. That's what drives me more than anything.
What's considered failure?
Just for me, when I look back at it in 10 years and I just look at what I did and where I was and the person who I am, if I can just define failure and success. Like, if I'm happy, then I'm succeeding. But
happy.
But then what things make you happy?
Just being down here and just being able to, like, express my freedoms, just, like, kind of being able to do what I want to do, not being under the shelter of, like, the parents, just, like, having my own independence.
And that's been feeling good.
Yeah. And I refuse to let myself fail. I just don't want to fail. Like, that's it. Like, my ultimate competitor inside of me just doesn't want to lose in any situation. So that's
good.
What pushes me.
What is your favorite day of the week? Typically the day you find that you feel the most productive, probably for sure Mondays. And I know they set it up that way, but Sundays I have the least amount of things to do. and I just get a full reset, and then I'm just hungry for Monday, ready to work out, ready to come in the gym, get started. Because a lot of my students are competing in ADCC a lot this year. A bunch of guys fighting, guys that are undefeated. That there's some big opportunities coming. So helping them get ready for that. So Monday usually is my favorite day of the week. I'm fired up for.
Nice.
What about you?
Every day is a struggle for me.
Is it?
Every day is a fucking struggle.
There's not a certain day you wake up, you're like, oh, like when you know it's podcast day, is that a little bit better of a day than the normal days where you have nothing?
Yeah, well, I fucking make every day fucking a struggle. It's hard. To get organized is hard for me. I don't know why. Because Lisa's working, she's not staying home doing that for me. It's a fucking fight.
So you wake up and you're just on.
What the hell? What day
I
is
wish
it?
there was a day to life Joe Riggs where he wasn't doing anything for the camera.
When you ask, because I've said to myself, what day is it? And that's because of my dad getting real drunk, going, what day is it? I don't know why that always stings a little bit worse.
So at what time do you take your last big bong rip to the dome and go lay your head down?
Oh, fucking, I'll right before I go.
What time?
No, I probably it varies. I could spend the evening fucking pacing in a circle.
No, but you take a bong.
The bong rip? No.
And then you head back in, and is it still like when I lived with you, Lisa, and everyone would go to bed and you'd sit in the living room?
Same fucking thing. Yep.
And you sit in the living room on YouTube or TikTok.
No, I put my phone away now. I put it away at 8 o'clock. I don't fuck with it. If I have to go mess with somebody, I will. But
and then you wake up at around what time?
I wake up at 6 every day.
And do what?
Stare at the wall usually. No. So before I started doing things, it's literally I would wake up and I would just go fucking today again. It's just fucking horrible. But now I can literally wake up, making your bed, taking your dog for a walk.
You're trying to get a little routine going?
Yeah, well, fuck. If you don't have a routine, that's the biggest thing. If I don't have a routine, I'm fucking just chasing my own tail.
Yes, dude. Sometimes you look forward to those mornings where you have no routine, but then you get up, you start surfing the phone, and then you're just like anxious for some reason.
Fucking
having the
routine
is fucking nice. Yes.
This morning, I'll be honest with you, I was stuck in a violent fucking pattern.
You were just bored.
I was scrolling porn and I would not stop.
What? Jesus, I hate that. And I
was on there for an hour and I'm like, what are you doing to yourself, Joey?
That's literally an hour of toxicity just going into that brain.
Dude, I've never been more fucking embarrassed of myself. And then I had to charge my phone at one point. Because I'm sitting there.
It's at 1%. You're fucking pissed off. Now you got to go jack off by the charger.
Oh my god, that's exactly what happened. I'm in the bathroom. Finally, I found the scene that satisfied me. And 1% came on.
Please no.
So I had to drag.
I want this to last.
I fucking laid on the floor with the charger, laying there, fucking feet stiffened up.
Joe's jerking off to the Bop House girls.
Dude, but when I was done, I'm like, what have you done?
Done. Yeah, you're just.
I wanted to hang myself my own shoestrings at that point.
That's fucking.
So what are you doing today?
But go take another bong rip and then just
yeah.
Just reset.
Well, yeah, good for you, huh? Nice.
How would you go about finding a solid woman today? Dude, that is just so tough. That's fucking tough. I'm trying to think. I mean, God, you got to have some balls. You got to have some balls. And if you're at a coffee shop, you're doing some healthy things. You're around like a gym, or you're around these places where there's probably healthy people. Having the balls to go up and say something, even if you get shot down, be like, that's okay. I said something that was worth it. And just start conversations with girls, and hopefully you can start getting to know them a little bit.
Does getting shot down bother you at all?
It bothers everyone. But
I couldn't imagine that.
Nick, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, you can find some success on the old apps too. That's where I met my girlfriend. Been together for 4 years.
Dude, 100%. Because most people are introverted people who go to work. They have a good routine. They don't have time to go to like maybe a gym. They don't go to bars. They don't do anything. So they're on the apps.
Yeah.
So
and
for sure.
Know they're interested too, right? If they swiped on you, then they must find something about you attractive or interesting. So you can have a little bit more confidence going into it rather than just asking someone with the fear of getting rejected.
Do you have do you pump up your profile? Do you take a picture of yourself that's not really on track where you are?
I didn't do that. Mine were more mysterious, so that's
why
I
could
see
tactical about
it. I had some nature photos looking all wholesome.
Send her some dick pics in the shadow.
or your eyes right above a fence. Just mysterious as all hell.
Or a pear-shaped figure behind one of those silhouettes where you sees the outline of you. Nice.
But the thing is, for those apps too, the majority of people, especially probably boys, who knows, probably a lot of girls too, the majority of those guys are on there to fuck.
Horned up.
They're on there just to get a fucking in.
Get it, yes.
So it's probably hard to weed through. I mean, God. So how long before you asked for like a date to go out to eat with your girl, Nick? How did that worked out good?
Well, we had been kind of going back and forth for a little bit, but something that we did after our first date is we actually FaceTimed for a while. So that was kind of cool just to gauge like.
Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
God.
The
You had those
first date
eyebrows gelled up?
Yeah, no. Yeah, for real. Get the eyebrows ready to roll.
They'll turn on you fast, the eyebrows
Yeah.
will.
No, first date, I was pretty nervous. But after that, I found out pretty soon, I was like, okay, there's something different about this girl. And
Nice.
But then you asked, okay, so the FaceTime, so that's a good one.
Yeah. You'd be like, because we were going to hang out. I don't know how you bring that up naturally, but we were going to hang out and then it didn't work out. So I was like, oh, we should just FaceTime.
Just
We
like
ended up
that.
talking for like 3-4 hours. I was like, oh, this is different.
Which is pretty cool because, I mean, most girls on these apps, every picture is filtered for that like clean face filter or like the young look filter. And once you want to see them, it's like, no.
Grizzled whore.
Yeah, maybe get the Snapchat, see a couple pics. You never know.
Yes, but still, I mean, you get those fucking.
Did you stalk on other social media platforms?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just to make sure.
How long did it take for you to start waiting outside of her door in a bush? No? That's only me. No, it's good.
I was just peering through the window.
No, you got to resist those stalking urges because they'll creep up on you.
My question is, fuck, we only got a few more. I got to teach here in 10 minutes. But my question is, why were you so comforting in Sean's corner last fight, Central versus Hard Love, and why? It's probably just because I know him so well. I've been with him for over 20 fights. I've been in the wrestling room, in the training room with him so long. I know his body language, and I know how he's reacting to things. So I think just knowing him well, knowing how he reacts to people saying, go, motherfucker, you need to go. It's like, no shit. Yeah. Like he'll fucking, it just wouldn't be any better. It wouldn't be. So that was the reason there.
That's a lot to think about. You know, when you're cornering and they got the camera sitting right there, you're not even thinking about that. You know, I
just didn't have in the sphere too. I just felt like I didn't have a great seat sit in the fight. I didn't know where he was going wrong on a lot of those takedowns. I knew a few times he was slipping Sean's big punches. So that's why in that fourth, I really wanted him to throw one of those big punches and throw a knee just right behind it because he was doing a good job timing his shots.
Yeah, he did.
So I wanted him to load up on a big shot and throw a knee behind it. I mean, fuck, but definitely it was just an off night for both of us, really. Timbo, I know you and the boys want to learn more about crypto. Shoot me DM. I mean, I have been learning a lot about crypto. All my YouTube vids are fucking crypto right now. A lot of my shit is about crypto. And the cold wallet's safer in your bank, Schmidt. I'm sorry to say it is safer than your bank.
I have to just say real quick, I admire you being open about that. You know, that's such a tough subject, you know, when it comes to fighting that I think a lot of coaches probably would have a hard time. Not all, but I think some would have a hard time.
What?
Admitting where they were wrong.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people always try to be so right and all this, all that, and just have excuses. But you guys don't have excuses. You know where you can be better, and you're going to work towards it.
Yeah. And a lot of the shit, the stuff that Sean even put on the past about just freaking, it's a lot trolling. People don't know that it's trolling, getting people to talk about it too, you know, so. Would you have another, blah, blah, blah. Are you done with Timbo Sugar Show? Are you done with Timbo Sugar Show? Is it just pause? I think it's just at a pause. I think it's at a pause right now. We're about to fight the most elite people on the planet in fighting. So, I mean, doing away with the social has been good for him. He has his family. He can focus on his family. He can focus on being a good dad and focus on training instead of all this social media stuff, all this podcast stuff. Sundays are our days to reset, but for the past whatever few months, it's been like Sundays. Now we have to turn our brains on and think about a podcast and host a podcast and have a personality and do this. Just shutting it off. Sunday we reset, get focused for Monday. I think it's going to work out good. But Timbo Sugar Show will be back when we're done fighting. There's no reason for us not to do a podcast.
That's why Sundays are my favorite days. You work hard all week, and then you come together. You have a good meal on a Sunday, and get ready for the hard week ahead.
That's a good point.
Looking to move to the U.S., which states are the best for seclusion from mass populations? If you want seclusions and nice, like
Montana.
I mean, you're gonna go to Montana, but if you think -30 and 2 feet of snow's really nice and peaceful, then you'll probably think different. But you're away from mass populations, and you're definitely secluded as fuck, and you're freezing, and you have a casino right there to smoke some cigarettes and drink.
Oh God,
it's a lot harder than people think.
Dream.
Living the dream.
No, but if you got some money, I mean, Missoula, Bozeman, there's some nice places.
Yeah,
to
last
live.
winter I was there was fucking brutal. It got down like 40 below.
Like brutal.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah, like crazy. Ask Big Diesel. His dad is. Oh, okay. That's another fucked up question. We're
What the hell
done.
did he
We're done
say?
with the fucked up
What did
question.
he say? What did he
Hit him
say?
with the fucked up question.
Ask Big Diesel. His dad is 1 inch in him, and he's 1
All right,
inch in
let's
his
go.
mom. He's moving forward
All
or
right, okay,
backward
I
to
didn't
get
know
out of the
it was another
situation.
gay
I
one.
saw that one.
You saw that one?
It's-
I did see that
God damn it.
What the fuck? What the ass that? What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Strangle that motherfucker.
But, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we had more questions. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all of them. Thanks for the boys for coming in. And like I said, if you're new here, hope you enjoy. We're going to have a lot of big interviews this year. We're going to have a lot of boys-only interviews. We're going to have a lot of good vlogs coming out. It's going to be a good year for us. So hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content. And like or comment. That also helps push the algorithm a little bit. And then we have one more podcast. It's a confidential show that comes out every Sunday only on Patreon. Last episode was a fucking doozy. It really was. 1.5 episodes, video and audio only on Patreon. So check it out. And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Love y'all. Bye-bye.